I'm Pastor Aaron Fenker, and this is Worship in a Nutshell. What shall I render to the Lord for all his benefits to me? I will take the cup of salvation and call on the name of the Lord. We just had the offertory in the divine service, and it's a little bit out of order, but next comes the offering. You either sing the offertory before the offering or you sing it after. But now we're at the offering, and we give our gifts to the Lord, or so we think. Some of us may want to think that this is the pinnacle of the service, where we finally give to God our gifts. But the Lord doesn't need your gifts. The Lord, he created all of heaven and earth. He created all the fishes of the sea and the birds of the air. He created the precious gems that we view so highly. He created it all. He created you and me. So he doesn't need our gifts. But your neighbor does. So we give our gifts. We give our offerings, our tithes to the Lord, but not really to the Lord or for the Lord, but for our neighbor. You give them so that your pastor can be paid, so that he can preach the gospel and deliver the sacraments not just to you, but to your neighbor, so that he can go visit those who are sick in the hospital. You give your gifts so that the church building would be maintained, so that, of course, you can hear the gospel, but your neighbor. You give your gifts so that those who are in need may come to the church and receive some daily bread assistance from your church. And if your church has a school, you give your gifts so that the students wouldn't just learn math and reading, so that they would learn the scriptures. So you give your offering, not to the Lord or for the Lord, he doesn't need it, but it's for your neighbor, so that they would hear the gospel and be saved, just as you are, and just as you also hear and receive the gospel. This has been Worship in a Nutshell.